everybody, it's Cody at Dutch Growers here, and we're going to be talking about some hydrangeas that we just got in and some general care for them. The first one we're going to talk about today is the incredible hydrangea. This guy is a fan favorite for its big white blooms. These big white blooms can also come in varying colors with the others in the series. There's the Invincible Spirit too, the Invincible Ruby. They are varying shades of pink, and we also have the Limetta, which is a nice limey green bloom, which is a nice contrast to a white yard. We also have the Wee White, which is a shrunken down version of the Incredible. So we have lots of different sizes and lots of different colors in the Invincible series. So if you've ever been to our store in the fall, you may have noticed along the driveway we have these beautiful hydrangeas. There's one near the end that has these big white conical flowers with touches of pink. That would be the Vanilla Strawberry or the Strawberry Sundae. Big beautiful flowers, so big conical flowers, and then they've also got this nice red stem, which is also very nice and contrasting in a landscape. This is a new one to our collection of hydrangeas here at Dutch Growers. It's the Firelight Tidbit. So Tidbit is kind of like a Timbit, nice and small and bite-sized. But this guy is only about 2 feet tall by 2 feet wide, so he's perfect for just tucking into a bed and adding a pop of color. His flowers are very similar to the Strawberry Sundae, as they are a nice white bloom, and as they age, they'll turn to that nice fiery red pink. If you've ever been to BC, you may have noticed there's those big, beautiful blue hydrangeas all planted around there. That would be either the Bloomstruck Endless Summer. They've got these nice big mop heads on them that you can actually have fun with and change the color. So you can go from either a nice purple or a really deep blue. So just changing the acidity of your soil will help change that color. They also released a new one. We have the Summer Crush, which is a nice bright pink, very bright pink, and you can actually change it to more of a maroon purple. So that's also another fun contrast in a landscape design. Now that you've got your hydrangea in your yard, there's some general maintenance and general care tips that I'd love to help you out with. So we have pruning. So during the growing season, pruning is not ideal because all of these hydrangeas, or majority of our hydrangeas that we carry here, do grow and bloom on new wood. So you don't really want to be cutting this nice stem off because you're going to end up cutting off that big beautiful bloom. There are some times where our wonderful Saskatchewan winds come along and they break those branches. So that would be a chance where you want to actually prune off that branch, because broken branches isn't going to do the plants or you any good. So when you do prune it off, you want to go down to the next leaflet. So wherever the next leaves are coming out, you want to prune just above that on a nice little angle. If you have a damaged leaf, like this guy, he's not super perfect, nothing really wrong with him, but he does have a little bit of a crinkle. So you can always remove that leaf. You just simply pinch it off, and a new leaf will come from that spot. So it's going to have a new node and a new leaf set come out from there, so you don't have to worry about stripping your plant bare. If somehow you get a fungus, you just kind of go through, clean up those nasty leaves, spray it, and then you're good to go. Now for winter and fall care, you want to make sure you're mulching these guys really heavy. They are big and beautiful, but they're a little delicate for wonderful cold Saskatchewan winters, so you want to mulch them really heavy. So you're taking peat moss, cedar mulch, straw, anything you can find, even the leaves you rake up from your yard, and piling it around the base. So you want to make sure it's about 3 to 4 inches thick, so that way you're insulating that root system for the winter. Now that winter is done, we're coming into spring, you want to take those leaves and pull them back away, kind of let that ground start warming up, give it a little bit of water, and it's going to help wake that plant up. But before you do that, you want to go through and you want to prune your plant, because you're going to have a lot of old woody stems. So you want to prune it down to about a foot. So you want to cut these big stems, let's see here, about down to about here, about halfway down. That way you're going to have that nice stability cage that's going to help keep those blooms upright and encourage more growth to come up in the springtime. The only exceptions to the pruning in the springtime are the Annabelles and the Incredibles. Those ones you want to prune in the fall because they just take a little bit longer to get those big, beautiful stems up and get those big blooms ready to go in the summertime. So for fertilizing in the springtime, you'll want to be using either a hydrangea fertilizer, which we have in stock here, and it's a slow release, so you just sprinkle it around the base, let the rain, and anytime you water, it'll break it down and fertilize that for you. Or you can use a water soluble as well. So that would be a 30-10-10, preferably an evergreen one, because a little bit more acidity for the hydrangeas is better. That makes them a little bit hardier. As you can see behind me, we have a huge selection of hydrangeas. We are still missing some, but those are going to be coming within the next couple weeks. The hydrangeas are a big fan favorite because of their big, beautiful blooms. They last all summer long and are great additions to the house, as you can put them in arrangements, you can dry them, and all sorts of different things. So if you have any other questions about hydrangeas or need some help picking out the perfect hydrangea for your big, beautiful yard, you can come shop with us today. We'd be more than happy to help you with any questions you have.